Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Krakenfall, where sometimes you are an eldritch sea terror, but you just want to have fun. Today, we are going to talk about another 5 ways to chill, which is kind of just my way of saying what's good, you know? It's almost show and tell, I guess. I don't know. You know, everybody has highs and lows in their life. Sometimes my lows are when you're feeling like you're a puddle on the floor and you can't be productive to save your life. I had that happen to me at the end of December, where I don't know what it was, but it was just, I couldn't concentrate. I just wasn't feeling good. These are actually some of the things that have helped bring some color back into my life, you know? As always, if you are having a hard time, you know, please talk to somebody you know that you trust, or a trained professional. You know, therapy is for helping you organize your thoughts and understand yourself better. For me, I do have a therapist, but I resisted it for the longest time because I figured, you know, I should be able to handle it myself. I should be able to handle whatever I go through by myself, but you don't have to, you know? And for me, it was about finding that third-party perspective that could like tell me what are my blind spots. That's what I want to find out. Anyway. If you can't afford it, or you're just looking for something to relax with, or you're looking for new games, or you're looking for new things to try, I would respectfully like to suggest these things. So the first thing that I would like to share with you is a game and music that I came across. I listen to a lot of gaming music, gaming soundtracks. It's actually one of the ways I find new games to play. I've actually got a video planned that I haven't really been able to make yet, but it's about how I do play games because I listen to their soundtrack first. Like Spotify, Pandora, Google Play Music, all of those. I abuse those algorithms to find music that I like, that is like the music that I already know, right? And so I like gaming music. I listen to some gaming music and it suggests me new gaming soundtracks. And so YouTube has started to do that for me, and I really appreciate that, because the first thing that I chilled out with recently is the Tunic soundtrack. So Tunic is a game, it's kind of a tribute to the old Legend of Zelda games, and it's supposedly a Metroidvania and also a Souls-like game. I kind of got put off from it because I don't need another hard game in my life. Hard games I kind of see as a challenge and a like I'm very competitive for myself, and if I believe that I should be good at something, I will pound my head against that thing until I conquer it. So I have to enter these kinds of things with a little bit of caution. So I wasn't going to play Tunic. I just don't need that kind of stress in my life right now. But I found this video by Vortex. They curated a list of all of the most soothing songs in the Tunic soundtrack, and I'll just play a little bit for you. In particular, there were 2 that I really loved. It's these kinds of songs that I am instantly drawn to. I do kind of like jazz and classical. That's kind of where my musical roots are. So things that kind of set the emotional tone to be calming, I just love those so much. I listen to music all the time in the background, whether I'm working on something, editing something, if I'm at work, no matter what, I'm listening to music. And so when a song just kind of hooks into your brain and kind of draws you to it without lyrics, voices and speaking are distracting to me. But especially when the melody is something that's a little bit unexpected and it kind of just draws my attention. This whole video kind of tore down all of my preconceptions about Tunic. I'm gonna have to give it a try, and I'm gonna have to keep myself in check with that self-competitiveness, but I now have Tunic in my backlog. I am absolutely gonna be playing this. It's gonna be behind all this stuff. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to it, but absolutely Tunic, I've gotta play it now. So I would recommend try out the Tunic soundtrack. I'll put the link for this video with the Tunic music in the description, and check it out. Number 2 is something that I actually didn't think I was going to like as much as I did. Vampire Survivors is kind of a hack and slash type of game. It's like a no-click kind of game. You don't actually have that many controls. You just walk around and pick up power-ups that allow you to do more attacks, and you can level up the attacks once you kill enemies and you pick up their experience, and you level up your items that you get. And the game is based on what type of items you pick up and how they synergize with other items, because they can combine and evolve based on what you pick up and level up. So it's very addictive in how it's played. It's very mindless. You just kind of use whatever ability you have at first, and it generates these gems, and you level up. Lightning ring, strikes at random enemies, axe, high scale area scaling, generates damage zones. Like, doesn't really matter at first, but things get crazier and crazier the longer you go. And everything is based off of a half-an-hour game session. So it's very addictive. It's one of those games definitely where you start playing and then you lose or you win and you're like, okay, one more. It was actually made by a guy who used to work and design software for the Gambling Commission. I don't remember if it was the Gambling Commission or was it just like a casino. But he took all of those lessons that he learned and he made a game that is, I mean, to his credit, very not abusive in terms of monetization. Like, he could have created addictively monetized games, but he did it all for fun. And so it's a game where you can kind of turn your brain off. I often will play this when I don't want to think and I don't want to strategize or do math or whatever in my gaming session. And I will instead turn on my watch later list on YouTube and just listen to YouTube, watch YouTube in a different screen. Yeah, here's the slots element is you've got a chest and what's in there? Oh no. Oh, it's an upgrade from my whip that I already have. That's actually not a great roll, but oh well. That's why you got to keep playing. And things get crazier and crazier the longer you go. I think it's actually determined by the timing. See, Empty Tome, you can see the evolution is the magic wand. So you pick that and you level them both up and eventually they'll evolve together. I actually didn't like it the first time I played it. Like, it was fine. I played a couple sessions, but I feel like it drew my attention a little bit too hard. I remember I played so long. I think I played 90 minutes or maybe even like several hours the first time I played it, and my brain hurt after that. I was like, that hooked onto my brain a little too well. I don't like that. But once I learned to put a little boundaries around it and play in, reasonable sessions, it was pretty enjoyable. It really helped me relax. When you expect a lot of yourself, or you expect, you have a lot of expectations on you, it's great to have these types of games to help relax, where you don't have any expectations. You don't even need to succeed in this game. All you need to do is push forward, right? Whether you die or whether you time out, because you can only go to 30 minutes. The Grim Reaper will get you no matter what after 30 minutes. It's like a nice, discrete time in which you can relax. I highly recommend it. It's a very cheap game. Took the edge off of things for me. So, cap break. Before we move on to number 3, we'll just do a cap break. All done. The third way to chill that has been unexpected for me is Tetris Effect. I love Tetris. I'm not a huge Tetris head or anything. Like, I've always played Tetris. I think I started on the Super Nintendo, and then I had it on my stupid, crappy mobile phone. The T9 texting where you have to press the numbers multiple times to get all the letters. That was my first cell phone, pre-iPhone, because I'm old. but I had Tetris on my first cell phone. I remember playing Tetris in the van on the way to and from cross country and track meets, you know, in high school and college. I just haven't played since then. Tetris Effect, I picked up on a Steam sale, and as soon as I put it in, I did not understand what was about to happen to me. Just like Vampire Survivors, where I kind of concentrated too hard on it and it gave me a headache, Tetris Effect hooked into my brain in the best way possible. I was entranced. I like rhythm games, but they can kind of wear me out sometimes. For me, I just want to vibe with the music. I get into the groove and you get that flow state. You're just playing and you're pressing the buttons to the music, and you just feel connection with the game and the music. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's something that I really love. But as soon as you get more difficult with like Guitar Hero, I don't know if you've ever played that, you can lose some of that immersion, you know? Tetris Effect goes a really far way of making sure that you can keep that connection going. I'm supposed to be showing you this game so that I can recommend it. I'm actually enjoying this? Cool. I'm glad you're saying it. We're past that level. Okay, I'll stop here. Yeah, so that's an example of how that game draws me in. I just get super absorbed in the game and I can't stop. And I mean, through the power of editing, you don't have to wait for me, but I just made stream watch an entire session where the game makes you stop after 15 minutes, which is a good thing because I feel like people might let their house burn down because something's on the stove or something else. Absolutely recommend Tetris Effect. Play it responsibly. So the fourth item on my list that I have been chilling out with lately is another manga. I have a hard time finding new manga and anime because I feel like, not that other people's tastes are bad, but that I can't necessarily trust other people's opinions. Like, one of the first things I do when people tell me a new anime to watch, or I see like the best anime, top 10 anime or whatever like that, I always have to check if it's a slice of life anime. I just can't get into it. It's something that I kind of end up drifting on. I kind of have to just wait and try new things, and if I don't like it, I have to be willing to stop reading it, you know? So with that in mind, it kind of took me a long time to get to this. I have been reading Tokyo Ghoul. I don't think I can show any of the actual pages of the manga because it's got a bit of gore and violence in it. It's based off of kind of a vampire society where there's two different types of humans. There's regular humans, and then there are humans that eat other humans. I mean, I guess they're not humans, they're ghouls. They're called ghouls, and so it's maybe not the most chill concept, but it's a manga that I've gotten into pretty hard. It centers around a boy who gets ghoul organs transplanted into his body because he gets into an accident, and then he starts to become a ghoul. He can't eat regular human food. He has to eat humans, but you know, as a former human, he has a moral objection to actually eating humans. Ghouls are absolutely outcast by human society. They're hunted mercilessly, and so he's kind of stuck in between the underground ghoul world and the human world. And so it's interesting to watch him kind of try and navigate that on a razor's edge. Anime and manga that get this gory tend to be a bit much for me. I think they do a really good job of this. I would say it's a bit of a mature manga, so you know, before reading it, I would be cautious about it, maybe look into it a little bit and read some reviews on it to see if it's right for you. Anyway, I've really been enjoying it, so I would recommend it, you know, if you're okay with that type of subject matter. Absolutely check it out first, but it's not that often that I come across a manga that I'm really into, you know? You know, if you do try it out, let me know what you think. And the last thing on my list, and the final one, and the one that that continues to give me joy is one that I talked about in my games that I wanted to play in 2022, which is Valheim. Valheim, I played already once. Vanilla Valheim, it was frustrating. I really enjoyed the game, but I felt like it was held back by how much grindiness is in it. There's definitely things you can do to get around it, like playing with other players and splitting your tasks and preparing for treks that you go on so that if you die, you don't lose all of your stuff where you died. You should be able to get back easily as long as you have people to take care of you or prevent you from dying in the first place, right? Discord user Clockwork told me about the Valheim Plus mod. It is honestly one of the best mods I've ever played. Valheim Plus allows you to change everything about the game. It allows you to control everything from tool durability to fall damage. It allows you to prevent your buildings from breaking. You can even make it so that none of your buildings have weight requirements. So I don't want to remove all the difficulty from the game. What I want to do is remove all the barriers to fun. Like, I like the building, I like the exploration, but I don't like having to walk back and forth between mining areas or shipping metals back, that kind of thing. So there are a few key things that the Valheim Plus mod allows you to do that I wanted to note here. One of the big things is invincible buildings. And I'll show you a little bit more about that in a sec. Turning off the structural integrity as well, so that I can build as high as I want without worry. It kind of turns it into Minecraft, where you can build things, break out their support underneath it, and it will stay suspended in the air, which kind of just unlocks creativity. I still have to get wood and materials, but it allows me to build things as I would want them, right? The next thing is shared chest inventory. So I have all of my items here. I've got wood, I've got sap. They're all in chests, organized neatly, and when I come to the workbench, they're all now available for use. It's really, really nice. The next thing is for all of these workstations, it's auto smelting or auto fueling. So all I have to do is place the ore, the raw ore here. I can put wood in for the charcoal kiln, and actually if I take this out, it will automatically start smelting. You don't have to touch it, right? In vanilla Valheim, you really have to sit there and just manually fuel it. And I'm like, how is that fun, right? How is that fun at all? Especially when you need dozens and dozens of each type of metal as you progress in the game. Like that's you're just sitting there watching it at that point, you know? The next thing is durability of tools. So I didn't change the durability of weapons, but I did change the durability of tools so I can use them longer, right? So I've got this rake here, or the cultivator. I think I increased everything by 50%, which isn't that much, but it does help me stay out a little bit longer when I'm using wooden hammers. A huge one is allowing warp with metals. You could not go into portals with metals, and I don't know why, right? I mean, what limitation is that? Like maybe the portals are radioactive magic or something. I don't know. But it was just, in my opinion, a stupid restriction that, you know, when you are playing and you're expanding throughout your world and you start to use ships, you have to go back and forth between your bases repeatedly with your ship. That's not fun. That's wasting time. I'm beating a dead horse here, but it just makes all the difference. All you have to do is walk through the portal with as many metals as you can carry, and you can just complete that task, right? It's a mundane task, transporting metals. And then the last thing which I did, which might be a little bit controversial, or at least contrary to making the game easier that I said I didn't want to do, is increasing stamina regen. Because in the game, I figure you're doing so many things with tools that require a lot of stamina. Again, you're just sitting there waiting after you've depleted your stamina. It all takes several seconds to start regenerating your stamina. And when you're out there cutting down trees or mining ore, you're just literally wasting seconds between the time you stop, wait for it to regen, then start again, right? It's so frustrating. I made it almost instantly regenerate. I think I reduced the regeneration time by 75%. That does translate to weapon use as well. So if you're in the middle of a battle and you run out of stamina, then at that point, all you have to do is like jump back for a second and a half without getting hit, and suddenly you have enough stamina to start swinging again, you know, your sword or whatever. So that does make combat a little bit easier, but not that much easier. Back to the beginning though, the reason I wanted advanced building, that allows me to use a second mod, which is called ValheimRaft, which I also talked about in my games I wanted to play in 2022. So this has turned the game into, actually it's more like Sea of Thieves. I said Wind Waker plus Minecraft ValheimRaft, and it's really more Sea of Thieves for me. So I spent some time building this ship, and I don't have to worry about structural integrity. I don't have to worry about my ship breaking. All I have to do is build it, and it doesn't have to follow physics. It doesn't have to do anything. I can just build, and it has been one of the most fun times I've had. I've been playing this with a buddy of mine, and we've only just gotten to iron, so we're about to enter the swamps and the marshes, but it's so cool, guys. I mean, it's very slow, but the ValheimRaft mod is such a soft touch for the wide impact it has on the actual mechanics of the game. It's really cool. I just can't get over how cool this ship has been to make. And honestly, I could set this up in whatever configuration you want. If you want to build an actual raft, if you want to build the Breath of the Wild raft, you can. If you want to build a giant like spaceship type thing, you can. This sail is completely aesthetic. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can build a bunch of sails. You can see I've only got 2, but you know, it works. I really look forward to playing more. I decided not to stream this, but I would be willing to stream this a little bit if you're interested. So let me know. Yeah, I would highly recommend ValheimRaft. Kraken has a slight obsession with boats. Yes, I do. So that's it. I hope some of these things were interesting to you. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope you pick them up honestly. But do you have anything that you've been using to relax or chill out with lately? Is there anything that you've played that was unexpectedly amazing or unexpectedly relaxing? Anime, manga, music, games, whatever. I'm all ears. Let me know down in the comments and we can relax together. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.